I thought Wiggins was the best player on the floor.
Finally.
That's not a question, is it? Why is it so hard?
No, yeah, I mean, you could ask yourself the question, and then you could answer it.
I could.
Did you think that Wiggins was the best player on the floor? Yes, I actually did.
I did, Dibs. I did. Why is it so hard for him to play like that? And I don't mean well. I get you don't play well every time.
Sure.
Why is it so hard for him to put in that kind of effort?
Boy, that's a great question.
Well, I mean, I guess we all deal with that to a certain degree. I mean, you and I talk about parenting a lot. See if you can just get your kids to try harder.
No, but let me answer it this way.
Okay.
Klay Thompson never seems to have a difficult time getting his. Klay Thompson walks on the court, and he has that certain bounce and swagger about his game. Last night, he was 3 of 12. But if he had more opportunity, he could have gone 3 of 15, 3 of 18, 3 of 21, and he would not have cared one single iota because Klay Thompson never gets shorted in terms of, I'm Klay, and I'm here, and I'm going to do all the Klay things that I can because I'm Klay Thompson. Now, he wants to win, and he plays winning basketball, but Klay doesn't ever have a game where he shrinks or turtles up or the rest of it.
Loses confidence.
Right.
I think it's right.
Or plays like sometimes Wiggins, it's like, oh my God, did he even play? And you look and it's like 5 of 12, 2 rebounds, 1 assist.
Right.
Non-factor.
But then there are games like last night where, I mean, that's the thing, right? Steph Curry's on this floor. LeBron James is on this floor. Anthony Davis is on this floor. And this man was the best player on the floor. That's crazy. In an elimination game, Dibs. He's that kind of athlete. He is unbelievable. I loved watching him play last night. But then, right as the game ends, and it was, Ottoman game in the end, not just a win, but a cover.
I thought they'd win by 22, so I was kind of hoping for that. I had it at 122-100, so I was pretty close.
What was the final?
121-106.
So it was 15?
Yeah.
I think I said 16, didn't I?
I think you did. Because I said 122-100.
Yes, you
did. And you're
like,
22, that's aggressive.
It's a little hot.
But I was thinking, can I get to 122? And there was a time when the Lakers didn't get a couple of late buckets where it might have been 100. But 121-106, it was an Ottoman game. And thank you, Sister Agnes, for praying for me. Yeah. It was a cover.
Steph Curry on Andrew Wiggins.
It's the best version of who he is and how he can impact games. He played great defense all night on Bron, even though he made some tough shots. Like you said, the rebounds, the offensive aggressiveness, him getting up 18 shots is huge. We need that every night. It's on us as a team to feature him, too, at certain points of the game because he is such an athlete and can create his own shot. Got to feed it to him and let him do what he does.
This is what professionals do. They learn how to say things and sound like they're not coming down people's road when they are coming down people's road. Steve Kerr 2 nights ago. Yeah, it just wasn't Jordan's night. Actually, we would have gone back to him, but Moses and Gary were playing so well, I just couldn't take him off the floor. That's Kerr speak for Poole stunk out loud, and we couldn't put him back on the floor. I don't think this is that different. He did it to TNT, and he does it at the podium afterwards. That's the guy we need. He used the word need.
Right.
Why is it so hard for Wiggins to be that aggressive?
That's a great question, and that's kind of what Steph Curry was saying in his own answer there, because what I heard Steph say was, if Andrew Wiggins can play like this, and he should be able to play like this, we don't lose to anybody in any series ever, because Andrew Wiggins, when he plays like that, 10 of 18, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, great defense on the other end against LeBron James, and when he was switched on to other players, he was awesome last night. When Andrew Wiggins plays like that, we are unbeatable. But why don't you play like that all the time, Andrew? Why?
Well, I mean, there's 2 different sort of, I guess, topics there. One of them is the execution. That can't be there for every player all the time.
Forget the execution.
Right? Well, but if your shot's not going, then you purposefully would step back a little bit. I think we asked...
Would you, Clay?
Well, fair point.
Right?
But do we not criticize him when he does do that? If Jordan goes out there, misses the first 4, when he takes the 5th one, we're throwing stuff at the TV, right? So if it's, they know how to look for each other, who's got the hot hand. And if you don't have it, then maybe you do take a little bit of a back seat. What I'm saying, though, it's not just that some of his shots went in. It was the shots that he got. It was the way he went at the basket. Follow-up dunks, taking people to the hole. If he sees Austin Reeves on him, he is offended and goes, oh, get out of here with that. And he just walks into the key and lays the ball in. That's just a mindset. That's not execution. That's just an approach.
It's aggressiveness is what it is.
And I know not everybody's built the same way, but man, I think that's what's hard when people are watching, especially people who are wired like Steph and Draymond.
Right.
It's so hard to watch someone who you're like, please, will you just do that every time you put sneakers on?
When you're that talented and athletic and gifted, you're the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. You can be that player night in and night out, but you're not. And that's where it can be a little bit maddening. But I also would look at Draymond Green similarly in terms of what he did last night offensively. Because last night he was incredible, and he was incredible attacking the basket. When he got the ball, he was going to go to the hoop. There wasn't any time where he was tentative or he was looking to get rid of it. He had 5 turnovers, but a lot of those were in the middle of the court. He was attacking the basket, 7 of 11. He had 20 points, Mark. Draymond Green had 20, and I do need to give a tip of the cap to Jordan Poole, who came back after 3 bad games, and he played better. Now, he wasn't terrific. He was better, and he played like all the noise that had surrounded him the last week didn't matter. He didn't play very tentative, in my opinion.
Yeah,
at all.
I agree. I thought his approach was fine. He played okay. Our bar is as low as it's ever been for Jordan. So he goes out there and scores 10 points.
11.
And we're like, hey, that was better.
That was much better.
He was awful on the defensive end. But he always is.
Exactly.
I thought he was especially bad on the defensive end last night.
He was as bad as always.
But, yes, that was an improvement. The Draymond thing, don't you think Draymond, when he's aggressive like that offensively, it's a little bit more opportunistic? Like Andrew, go do that every night. Draymond, do that when the game calls for it or when it's there, which it was, and it continues to be in this series because the Lakers are running everything at Steph, so it's there. I don't want Draymond to come out and try to score 20 points every night.
No, but I do think that those opportunities are there more often than we think, and last night was one of those examples where he came out from the jump. I think the first possession on defense, he commits a foul, and he immediately gets into the official's face, and it's like, all right, Draymond, T or no T in that moment, and he didn't get one. Draymond came to play last night. You could tell that from the jump.
No doubt. And his defense on Anthony Davis, I can remember shouting him out at the end of a Laker possession at least 4 or 5 times where you're just like, that's incredible defense. It doesn't mean, even great defense. Sometimes Davis can score on great defense, but they made everything so hard on Davis, which to me is really, that's all you can do with a great NBA scorer. It's all you can do is make it really, really hard. He did it to LeBron a few times. He did it to Anthony Davis. He was outstanding in the game last night. And I think that's the thing. When you watch the Warriors, if you show up the next day and you've got names that you can say, he was outstanding, and some of them are not named Steph, they're almost impossible to beat. They get so many different things they can throw at you, but they've got to have a few of them work. And I remember that combo yesterday where it was like, I hope this is a collective, not somebody going hero ball. I don't need 45 from someone. Give me a collective. I love that no one scored 30 last night.
Right.
I love that.
He had 27, 25, and 20 with Draymond Green. And it's not often you get 3 players in 20, and Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson are not among them. So if that's the way it goes, and Andrew Wiggins and Draymond are both above 20, I like their chances. And you go into Game 6 realizing that you can't lean on a Steph Curry 50-point game as the way you're going to beat the Lakers because they're defending him really well.
That won't work.